right, so today we're going to look at Glorious, bass part for Glorious, and I'm just going to focus really on verse 2 and the outro of Glorious. The rest of the song's pretty self-explanatory. You just really have to follow the chord chart. No big deal. But there's a really cool bass lick in the verse 2 that really kind of goes along with the drummer, and then it also is kind of like a call and response between the bass player and the melody that the piano is playing also. So it's really cool. I just want to go over it really quick. All right, so first note is D. And I play it on the A on the 5th fret because most of this riff is going to be happening in this area here. So start on D. That's the 5th fret of A. Then we go down to C sharp, 4th fret of A. Then we go down to B, which is the 2nd fret of A. And then we play an open A. So the first part is just this little walk down. And you can finger it. I mean, I'm doing it this way, which probably isn't the best practice. Probably better off doing it. So that would be pinky, ring, index, and then open A. Okay, so that's the first line. All right, second part is, so it all happens on the 2nd fret here. Start on a F sharp on the E string, 2nd fret of the E string. Okay. And then you play open A. Open A to a fretted B. That's the 2nd fret on the A string. And then for my right hand, each one of these is getting picked. Okay. And then the last thing is you go back to F sharp, but we're going to do a little hammer on from E, open E, to F sharp. So it sounds like this. And it's a really quick hammer on. Okay. So hammer on, basically you're just playing the open string and then hammering on that 2nd fret for F sharp. Okay. And the line, all of these lines, they end really short staccato, so it should sound like this. Okay. And then third line is exactly like the first. Okay. It's just setting you up for another lick. So first, second, third part should sound like this. Okay. Now the 4th part is, it has the same melodic features and the same rhythm as the 2nd part, but you're starting right here on the 4th fret of A, which is a C sharp. Okay. So it goes 4th fret of A, then you go to an E, which is the 2nd fret of D, then you go to a high F sharp, which is the 4th fret of D, and then you do it's a hammer on from B to C sharp on the A string, so it's 2nd fret to 4th fret. Okay, and we stop that note pretty short again. Okay, so that sounds a lot like, right? So the pattern is, Right? That's what it looks like. And then there's a third part, or now we'd be on number 5. Right? And it's just like the first part of the lick and the second part. Okay? So that's the last bit of it. So the first part is, okay? Second part, third part, I should say. And the last part. Okay, and that last part is just open E. And I hammer on the F sharp and then pick the last E. Okay. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. Just watch for timing because it doesn't start on the downbeat. It starts on the end of 2. So you would go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just to recap, the whole lick should sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, go ahead and practice that to the track, and try to get it up to tempo. Try to get comfortable playing it up to tempo because it does start on an offbeat, and you want to be able to catch that rhythm, even though the drummer's, he's got like 4 on the floor, and then the piano player's doing that little melodic thing that's kind of answering what we're doing here on bass. So just get really comfortable with the rhythm, take it slow, and work your way up to tempo. All right, next we're going to check out the outro. Okay, so the outro pattern is in 7/8 time. You can check out the chord chart for what notes to play. It's pretty accurate as far as the root notes that you're going to be playing over these chords and the little string melody that's happening in the track. But it's basically a 5-note pattern per note, and I think it's twice per note. Yeah. So what I like to do is just kind of count it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why, but that seems to make it easier for me to break it down that way since it is an odd time signature. But so we start first on a D. Okay. And right hand, you're alternating fingers. It's kind of important because we're playing it a little bit faster, and that'll kind of get tiring after doing this. The outro is pretty long. Okay, so again, we're on the A string, 5th fret, first note D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And we go to F sharp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. C sharp. So that first half should sound like this. Okay. And then the second half of the outro is actually almost identical to the first half, except we swap out this C sharp for an A and an E. Okay, so the second half sounds like this. And then right after that E, and right on a D. Okay, so the whole thing all together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's Glorious. Like I said, the rest of the song is pretty self-explanatory. You could just follow the chord chart. Pretty simple. Hope this was helpful in figuring out the second verse and the outro. Thanks a lot.